Lord Mafka, aka Rogan Azaran, back at you with another video. And I know I haven't uploaded in a few days. It's been almost a week, man, but I've been very busy. This torturous work has been just really tormenting me. I'm feeling sick right now these past days, and shit is just going left and right, dude. But I hope you guys are doing okay. And in today's video, I want to talk about you will either use people or people will use you. I mean, that title of the video alone already tells you that you must become a person who is opportunistic. You can't be really caring about people and trying to call yourself going out your way to look out for other people. And let's face it, the only thing that is really something that you're going to be going after for the rest of your life, especially as a man in today's society, is either keeping yourself in a very financially good position, avoiding people at all costs, and trying to maintain some of your peace. Those are the only things that you're going to be going after nowadays. Because I look at it like this: you really have to sit down and decide if you're going to make it easier for people to use you, or are you going to make it more difficult. This is why I've been living by the whole Machiavellian principle of once your interest is threatened, you pull away immediately. And it doesn't get any more truer than that, because you look at where we are now and things have not improved. The social conditions are getting way worse. From the dawn of time, we always see people displaying some type of, how should I say, humility. They want to have all this generosity, but in reality, they're forcing ideologies on you. They're trying to put their principles of, oh, you should live like this. You shouldn't disagree with this. Oh, if you do this, then I have to verbally or physically punish you. So every day, someone is always trying to force you to live a certain way. And that should already tell you, as the person listening to this, you must become a person who only cares about their benefit in using other people to get there. Because I can tell you from the few past days I have, I am utterly sick of really living on this planet with other people do. It makes me sick every time I have to go to work and just be around these people, because it's like they really don't contribute anything new, or they really don't have their own mind. And it gets very difficult being around people like that, because they just mumble, they just regurgitate everything they hear that their parents say, the brainwashed friends around them. Everything that someone else is doing, they're doing it. They're getting either tattoos, they're trying to get the latest car, they're trying to accumulate some type of fame to say, oh, look at me, I'm important, without looking at, this is the stuff that is really hurting society, people being followers. And this is why I say it's best to be using the person first rather than the other person using you. Because at the end of the day, that's everyone's main goal, is to get something out of someone. And we have to start being on the offensive of, what can I get out this person? How much can I get them to do for me? Because all of this stuff about building foundations, trust, bonds with people, you can throw that into the campfire, because that's all going. I hate to keep reiterating that, but this is how it is now. The softer you become, the more you choose to let down your guard for people. When you call yourself being generous, giving out the best to people, people will always find a way to squander it and throw it in the garbage disposal, because that's what they view your good deeds as, a cloth of dark soaked rags that's going to be thrown out into the ocean. And it's a very painful thing when you have to feel this every day of your life. And this is why I'm becoming the type of person that really doesn't give a crap about trying to build bonds with people anymore, because it really can't be helped. Look at the society that we live in. You don't have real families anymore. You aren't able to go out and enjoy yourself. You would think at the age that, some of us are at, in our 20s, especially mid to late 20s, we would actually be able to go out here and enjoy ourselves a little bit more without having to always think, okay, what is this person going to do to get over me? How do I protect myself of this person? Like, how is this person going to be out to get to me today? It's a very high stress lifestyle, and only very few men who have the resilience, who have the brains, can actually live this lifestyle out, because the loneliness, the whole ostracization of you as a human being is really going to get to you on a lot of days. And it's not easy to try and thrive through this. It's a very just tedious, and, you know, it's a life journey that will take you many years to find yourself in a better place somehow, if you can even get there. Because you look up left and right, most guys are checking out of just life in general. They don't want to be on this planet anymore. They don't want to talk to people, and it's completely understandable. But all I'm saying to you is, if you're going to call yourself dealing with people, hanging around, people who are so familiar with our lingo, the philosophies that we tend to follow in this world, because we know how much astray and just useless everything in this general society has become. You need to be looking at what you can get off these people. You really have to stop thinking that there's going to be some chance of having something real with this person that you're talking to. You know, all of that stuff about trying to be the better person, making sure that you're always morally correct, being very respectful, those are just lingos and sayings to make you more subservient nowadays. And I hate to say that, but that's exactly how it is. Because you look at the more nice you become, you look at the more respectful you tend to come off to people. People think that they can scream and yell at you all day. They want to become more sassy, naggy at you. But then when you straighten them out and put them in their place to yell at them back and tell them off verbally in an intellectually incorrect manner, this is when people start to say, oh, he's the villain. Oh, he's making me upset. I'm triggered. When this person is just a idiot who doesn't want to take care of themselves. They don't bother trying to learn anything else outside of their own life experience. And this is the biggest issue with people nowadays. They don't want to look outside of their life experiences. And this is why communities like this, every day, of isolated men, people who have been through turmoil in their life, it's growing every day. Because people can't seem to understand that your life experience, everything you go through, is not what everyone else is going through. So it really just makes me sick to how we're in 2025 and human beings still cannot intellectually and understand and try to put themselves in other people's shoes. It's ridiculous to how so many things have changed, and it's only made us worse as people in general, man. And when I find myself going to work, being around certain family, it really just makes me think that it's regretful to be on this planet, really, because it's like these people, they really waste your energy and time. There's nothing productive about sitting there and talking to a mouth breather, and that's what I'm gonna call them, a mouth breather. Just someone who just repeats, someone who just lets the brainwashing take course. They don't want to break free of any type of trauma. They don't want to break free of any type of mind control, no type of guilt that they have within them. They don't want to try and do their best to unchain from that. They want to stay tangled in that. And that is how depraved and disordered the human being's mind is nowadays. And it's easy for any of us to become like that, because once you start listening to these doctrines that tell you, oh, lullaby, be positive, love people as you would love yourself, love and light, stick by God's, Jesus's, follow Muhammad into the deserts of his teachings. When we start going by things like that so much, that is when you become a weaker version of yourself. And that is when people are able to get you to scam you, manipulate you into being some type of puppet for them in whatever scheme they want to do, such as getting money from you, whether that's verbally abusing you in front of people, physically abusing you, and they're getting some type of sick kink out of that. That is how people work in today's world, man. And you have to be on the offense to say, what can I get out of this person before they can get to me? Because that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Are you going to get over on that other person and succeed over them, or are they going to get over you? Everything is a power struggle. Everything will always go back to man versus man, woman versus woman, everyone versus everyone. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Who can gain more and who will have less? But I hope you guys are doing well. Like and subscribe if you're new. I'm not doing so well over here, guys. You know, I'm getting a little sick here. Work is really stressing me out, and when you're around people that are not so intellectually equipped to really look at life in a professional and logical lens, you really have to recharge yourself for a long period of time, which is what I find myself doing now. But I hope you guys take care. And like I always tell you guys, stay away from the modern woman. Thank you.